Hey guys, Sublord here, back again with another action figure review of an oldie but a goodie, and an end of an era, we'll say, because today we're going to be taking a look at the Masters of the Universe Origins Turtles of Greyskull Mutated Ram Man Running Change variant, brought to us by the fine folks over at Mattel. Now, I'm not going to get too far in depth in this review. I will leave a link in the description below to my review of the, I'm going to call it the regular version of Ram Man here, the translucent version with the painted nose and some veins painted on his arms, because that's the one I believe that works best with the other mutated characters in this line. This one is a solid purple variant with a little bit less paint going on, so I figured it was different enough to warrant talking about, and I don't know, giving me another video to make, because money is tight, times are hard, and quite frankly, I don't give a damn. So, before I get too far ahead of ourselves, why don't we cut right to the chase and get into the meat and taters of this review and take a look-see at all Mutated Ram Man has to offer in terms of accessories. And while I don't have the mini comic candy, I do have the two axe pieces. We have the double-headed axe and the single-headed axe. And they can, of course, combine like so, and then store on the back if you want. But that is it for accessories. That said, should be worth noting, articulation and size comparisons are not things I'm going to be covering in this review, because I've already done them. I will, again, leave a link in the description below to my original Ram Man review from last year, in case you are interested in that. So, as far as this guy is concerned, he is a solid, very grimacy purple with the same color armor here on his head, on his skirt, his legs, down to his calves anyway. The only major difference is the purple. And of course there is a little loop-de-loop on the back for weapon storage. Now I will say, while I would normally compare this guy to the regular one, I don't have an extra body to put the regular one's parts on. I only have this one body because I just got the variant pieces. I did not get the whole figure. I got most of it, but I didn't get all of it. So it is what it is. Like I said, this review is going to be fairly short, and I guess we'll go over articulation quick. No, I said I wasn't gonna, but I think it's worth a quick go here. His head will look up and down, rotate side to side, as well as tilt. His shoulders will go out, back down, rotate forward and back. He does have a single jointed elbow with rotation, as well as a swivel hinge wrist. He's got a waist twist, which is fairly loose on this one, so I'll have to probably swap these legs onto the other one. His legs, if he didn't have the skirt, would be a little less hindered, but he ain't going to get much regardless. And then he can kind of kick out a little bit, but yeah, he don't move much of crap. And then he does have swivel hinge knees, but I will say the knees on the feet on him are pretty loose. So I just keep the knees bent so he has a base to stand on, and he stands just fine that way. He does have a calf cut, as well as a rocker, and again the loose hinge in the foot. He does have a peg hole at the bottom of his foot though, so you could probably throw him on a stand, but I'm going to be displaying the clear one myself. I don't know if I'll ever throw these parts together or just hold on to them so I have the variant parts. But yeah, that is Mutated Ram Man, the solid purple variant. In a nutshell, it's nothing special. You do not need to add this to your collection if you have, in my opinion, the superior version with the clear parts. I think that is good enough. Unless you want an army of these guys, then have at it, I guess. But other than that, we are just going to bring in our two regulars here. the Mythic Legion's Brother Mandibilith, and the infamous 11th Spawn, who as usual towers over everyone because he is not a 5.5-inch figure. And with that, we might as well just move right along and wrap things up with some final thoughts. Overall, and much like the translucent, with a nose, might I add, variant of a good old mutated Ram Man that came before him, yeah, of course, I'm gonna like this one too. Personally, I think it comes down to preference, which one you like over the other. Me, myself, and I tend to lean towards the translucent one with the painted nose, because most of the mutated characters from this Turtles of Greyskull line tend to be molded in translucent plastic, or transparent plastic. Whatever the right terminology is, I don't know, but you know what I mean. There's a bit more cohesive and or consistency amidst the mutated characters when they're all see-through. And since this one isn't, it doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me, but it's probably a little easier to paint and do customs with. So he's got that going for him at least. So with that being said, hope you guys enjoyed this review. Until next time, I'll catch you guys later.